My sisters and brothers, as we said at the beginning of the Mass today, we offer this Mass for all of the deceased parents of Salesians. But I'm sure many of us in here, too, have deceased parents, huh? And it's an opportunity for us today to remember our own parents and to say a prayer for them in a special way, especially in this holy year, in this Jubilee year, where we can gain the indulgence and pray for our parents if they have not yet seen God. And obviously, one of the big things that comes to our mind whenever we think about our parents is how much of an influence our parents have had on us. They still continue to have an influence on us. And so it was also for Don Bosco's mother, Mama Margaret, who was a venerable. She's on the way to sainthood, and so she is a venerable. But Mama Margaret, if we did not have Mama Margaret, we certainly would not have Don Bosco. And I don't only mean being born, I mean the character and the strength of Don Bosco would never have been there without his mother. A strong woman who had to raise 3 tough sons because her husband died when he was very young, and Johnny was only 2.5 years old, who had to manage that family where they had basically nothing to eat. At one point, it was so bad that the only cow that there was there for them to get some milk, she had to go out and slaughter it because there was no food, and to share it with others. This strong woman who told Johnny Bosco when he was getting ready to go into the seminary, make sure you choose your friends well, and make sure you choose friends who have a love for our Blessed Mother. Don Bosco got his love for our Blessed Mother from her. Mama Margaret is the one who sat down with little Johnny Bosco and prepared him for his first confession and brought him to the church that day for his first confession, and then she went to confession after him. She sat with him and prepared him to make his first communion. And when Don Bosco was all mixed up about what he should do, should he become a diocesan priest or a religious priest? And he was confused because some of the priests in the diocese had said to him, you know, your mother, your family is so poor. If you become a diocesan priest, you'll be able to get a salary. You'll be able to help your mother a little bit. Think about her and all the sacrifices she's made for you. And so he didn't know what to do. And so he sat there one evening talking to his mother, and he said, Ma, what do you think? And she said to him, I don't care. I don't care if you become a religious priest or a diocesan priest. But this was a strong woman. She said to him, I will tell you one thing. If you ever become a priest that has money, my shadow will never pass the doorposts of your house. Wow. Tough lady to say that to her son. And on the time he was ordained, and he was sitting with her after his first Mass at home, and she said to him, John, now you're a priest. You're able to say Mass. But always remember, to say Mass is to begin to suffer. To say Mass is to begin to suffer. And when he took her with him to Turin, she was the one that pointed out to him the kids. You see that kid there? He's really a very good boy. Take care of him, watch him, guide him. It was Dominic Savio, St. Dominic Savio. And then she would say, see that boy there? He's not such a good boy. and he's a bad influence on his companions. And Don Bosco knew what to do when she had spoken. This incredible woman that really gave Don Bosco the educational system that he had. She would take little events of the day. He had a little bird, and he kept feeding the bird and feeding the bird. He was a little kid. He thought it was fun, feeding the bird. All of a sudden, the bird just dropped dead. It just blew up. It was so full. And he began to cry. And Mama Margaret said to him, "That's what happens when your eyes are bigger than your stomach. Gluttony," she said to him, gluttony. I think today, as we reflect on this woman who gave us St. John Bosco, it's also good for us, though, today to reflect on our own parents. What is it that each one of us has received from his or her parents, to thank God for that gift? Our parents were not perfect, for sure. Our parents were not perfect, and they did the best they could with what they had. With what they had and with what they had, what they got with us. They weren't perfect, but they did the best they could. And it's good for us to remember them and pray for them today. God bless you.